on Radio Sheffield. Now, keeping in sort of on the sporting theme this morning, we've got obviously the countdown. 2010 Olympics, just 2 years to go. This week they were sort of doing events to mark the fact that it was exactly 2 years to go. Now, one local athlete who's doing all she can to make the Olympics and be there and hopefully sort of vying for a medal in 2012 is Rachel Laybourne. She's part of the women's volleyball team, but a cut in funding from Sport England means she may have to move abroad. In fact, she will have to move abroad to pursue that dream. And Rachel joins us in the studio now. Hi, Rachel.
Morning, Philo.
So this has been... take us back. So you're a volleyball player. How long have you played?
I actually started playing when I was at school. Local in Sheffield, my GCSEs, I had to play volleyball. So after that, I got drafted into Sheffield Wednesday. Controversial, I know, the academy there. And was picked up by the national team scouts at an early age. So I went through the junior ranks, played for the England senior team, and then actually when we won the bid, when the Great Britain won the bid for the 2012 Olympics, the home nations had to come together and we came and played as Great Britain. So in doing so, wherever the athletes were over the UK, whether it be Glasgow, Edinburgh, Poole and Dorset areas, everyone moved to Sheffield to congregate and play underneath the new Great Britain team's coach.
And this, just to clear up, this is proper volleyball. I mean, not that beach volleyball isn't proper, but this is the volleyball that takes place indoors, and lots of squeaking as people jump and leap and throw themselves around, and you're basically volleying with the ball not touching the ground over a net that's quite high. Someone sets up and smashes, and hopefully the other person retrieves it, and it is unbelievably fast moving. Yeah, we have 6 players inside in comparison to the beach that have 2 players.
Obviously we play on like a Terraflex flooring and not on sand, because half the girls on our team really detest the sand. And the speed that it moves at and the complexity of the game, it's really, really, really exciting spectator sport. It just doesn't have the exposure in the UK just yet.
And how good is the British team?
We have come, if we think about it, from 3 years ago, we weren't actually a British team at all. So the leaps and challenges that we're facing are quite large. But we're moving through the rankings, and some of the teams that we're playing at the moment are world class, and we're challenging and competing with them at the moment. So great progress.
But all of this, and the big cloud is the funding issue. Yeah. Why did they cut funding?
Just to kind of straighten things out, I don't know if it was necessarily a funding cut. At the moment, we're trying to run an elite programme in order to us to be in 2012 in the best preparation. So we've kind of gone, the funding doesn't meet our requirements, and therefore we're going to take it into our own hands and try and do something about it. I'm not too sure if you know, but last Friday we set off from Sheffield and did a 310-mile cycle all the way down to London.
All of the volleyball players?
There's 23 to 25 riders at any one time.
Right.
And 4 days later we ended up in Trafalgar Square, tying in with the 2012 Olympic celebrations down there.
And how much money did that raise?
I think through donations and sponsorship, we managed to get, I think it was somewhere around the region of £40,000, which was a feat in itself. It was a massive achievement. That unfortunately won't go all the way. It doesn't stretch.
How much money do you need to run the team on between now and the Olympics? How much is that going to cost realistically?
We were looking to try and fundraise between now and then an additional £250,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
A lot of money, but achievable.
And meanwhile, I mean, this is what I find hard to believe. You guys don't actually get to play together almost ever.
Well, unfortunately, because of the situation we find ourselves in, the national team is actually based here in Sheffield, but as of the 1st of September we actually disband. The programme can no longer kind of financially run, and therefore all the players that are on it have to go and find contracts. Now, because the UK's volleyball situation isn't as strong as we would like it to be, the best players are then going to go and play abroad. But in doing so, that means that we're not going to see each other again until April of next year.
So, get me right, I mean, they're not kicking you out, Sport England, but they're just, you don't think there's realistically enough money for you to survive here, so you can't financially, survive, so you're moving abroad.
Yeah.
You've all got, now to scout around for a club, because there's no league for volleyball in England.
There is a league. There is a league. There's actually there's 3 different tiers.
Right.
And for the developing players and the younger players and players that also, from a recreational perspective, it's a great league. And I would definitely encourage people to go and look at it.
But at the elite level...
Yeah. It's not really that challenging. We're looking to try and train twice a day, maybe for a couple of hours each day, in the morning and in the afternoon, with a competitive game at the evening. At the moment in the UK, most clubs train probably once or twice a week.
Right. So you've got an agent who's currently basically calling around all the clubs of Europe, trying to sell you. You could end up anywhere.
Yeah,
What are the likely possibilities? Where might you? I mean, where are the best leagues in Europe?
Well, at the moment, if you look at some of the girls that have secured contracts on our team already, a strong player is actually, she's just gone out to the first league in Spain. Our setter, our playmaker, she's just gone out to Germany. We've got another girl who's potentially signing in Italy. Then the Scandinavian countries are popular. The European countries close to home, so like Belgium, Germany, Holland, France. I was in France last year for 8 months, and
good.
Yeah.
Which city?
I was in Quimper, which is
very nice. On the coast.
Yeah, in Brittany.
Yeah, lovely. So, have you got your eyes on any particular place? Are you saying to your agent, please, let me end up in France? Or
I've got particular leagues. I like the strength of the leagues. I like the quality of the clubs in there. But actually, right now, I can't be too prescriptive because I actually just need to get placed.
Do they treat you nice when you get to the club abroad? Are they suspicious? Are they thinking, what's an English girl doing in our volleyball team? Or did they welcome you into the fold?
I suppose if you looked at our Premiership, there's quite a mix of cultures and backgrounds and languages, and it's the same basically when you go away. There are challenges, like culturally. I mean, like last year, particularly the language barrier. In France, you will speak French, and I learnt that very quickly. But no, most teams and most clubs are just incredibly excited because we have a very unique style of play. So when you put that into a different team, it brings great strengths and advantages.
Now, genuinely, realistically, is there a chance that if the British players can all secure contracts abroad, and even if they're not playing together very often, would they be contenders? Would you be contenders in 2012?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if we turn what can look a potentially bleak situation, turn it around on its head, then if you put all of our strong players, all of our development players into a situation where they have to learn, adapt, and think on their feet in competitive situations week in, week out, that strengthens and depthens the team amazingly. So bring us back together, then everyone will be much better.
And is it? I mean, can you make money playing volleyball abroad? Is the money okay? I mean, I have no idea but is it something? I mean, do they give you a flat and a car? Or
yeah. Basically, you can secure a contract where you will get a salary. The salary is not Premiership style. It's not something that I would recommend that a lot of people try and live off. But yeah, you will also be housed, and in some instances, they'll also pick up utilities and maybe possibly food and a shared car.
Oh, so you have a pool car, right?
Yes.
You can access. And when you're in a place like, say, Quimper last year, and they've got quite a good women's volleyball team.
Yes.
Do you get treated like a local celebrity?
Oh, definitely.
And people recognise you as you're walking around?
We had between about, I think, 8 to 1,200 spectators each week. Wow. And our home venue was absolutely packed. Now, our little town of, city, it has a lovely cathedral, actually has loads of people that will stop you and say, oh, ça va? and they're in the supermarket, or they're going, I'm so sorry, I don't particularly know who you are, but I'm going to engage in conversation because I assume you know who I am. So yeah,
that's really nice. So signing autographs, the works, and it must be great to be in a culture where volleyball really matters, that it's significant.
Yes, it is. I mean, we have gone and played around the world in front of potentially like 5,000 spectators. When we go and we travel, and the buzz and electricity that you get from people generally interested in volleyball is second to none. And I just hope and encourage people to kind of come and support volleyball in the UK, so that we get more often than not that electricity and that drive and kind of enthusiasm in the UK.
Oh, well, regardless, when it's the Olympics and when it's here, you will get incredible support. You must be sort of sometimes waking up in the night with excitement thinking about 2012.
It was surreal. I mean, when we actually went down into Trafalgar Square on the bikes last week, and kind of pulled in, the buzz out of Trafalgar Square for the 2012 kind of 2 years to go date was just electric. And yeah, you're right, some days you just kind of wake up and go, wow, 2 years out, and yeah, I've got a lot of work to do, but it's so exciting.
Yeah, well, I can see the drive, the energy and the enthusiasm, and the team itself next meets not until, you say, April.
Yes.
And who's that going to be against? Who are you playing?
At the moment, we're trying to, because we were doing the fundraising, we're trying to secure the ability to kind of enter into the Euro League. We've just literally 3 weeks ago finished that process in from this summer. We played the high quality teams such as Serbia and Romania, and before that it was Euro champs and Ukraine and Israel, teams like that.
Rachel, the very best of luck to you. Keep us posted with all your progress. When you find that club, let us know. Come back on, and you can we can talk to you from wherever you end up.
Well, yeah. If the actual the website, which is www.gbwomensvolleyball.co.uk, if you follow that, there will actually be postings of where we all are and how our progress is going, and also kind of any fundraising that's going to date.
Brilliant. So people can chip in if they feel that they want to help you along and be a noble cause. So www.gbwomensvolleyball.co.uk.
Correct.
Great stuff. Rachel, thanks so much for coming in, and we'll keep waiting and hoping that your dream can come true for next year and, of course, in 2012 too.
Thank you very much.
Brilliant.
BBC Radio Sheffield.